Welcome to another AMA with Kadena Project Network. In this episode, we'll be speaking with the team from Kadena Weeb. This conversation was recorded on August 10th, 2022, live on Twitter Spaces. The views and expressions in this AMA do not represent the views of KPN directly and are not to be considered as financial advice. Please make sure to do your own research on the projects presented. Also make sure to follow our account to be alerted of new uploads. Now let's get started. Enjoy. Well, let's might as well get into it here. So welcome everybody to our AMA today with Kadena Weeb. So we're going to be learning about his project and exactly what all is going to be involved. I'm very interested because I love the anime style that I've been seeing from it, and interested to see how the music side's going to interact with these NFTs. So if you want to go ahead and just give us a introduction about yourself, how you got into crypto, and what Kadena Weeb is all about.
All right, so a little bit of introduction about myself. I'm located in Florida, born and raised in Miami. Now I live in Central Florida. I got into crypto around 2016. 2016, I dabbled with crypto. My background is in the medical field. So dabbling in crypto, I was part of the whole, run that happened, Litecoin, Bitcoin, waves, just that whole portion that happened. And I've been in crypto ever since then, 2016, just learning about it, learning about the tech, learning about the way that it can be used. And that's really my background on that, like as far as crypto in itself. Now, as far as Kadena Weeb, I created Kadena Weeb with the concept of really there to kind of help what you would call like the bedroom artists. So where I hope to go with this is to be able to provide like a marketplace that's kind of similar, like how you said to SoundCloud or even like a Bandcamp. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but something where it allows artists to be able to put up their music and not really compete on like a DSP type of level, like just kind of make it more community based and being able to shine light on these artists to come. So as far as the way this project is going to be set out, it's going to be audio based, as you mentioned. The main way, believe it or not, that I got into wanting to do this, I dabbled with NFT projects on Ethereum, and what kind of brought me to Kadena really was because of Ethereum and just dealing with that and the gas prices and how sometimes it could be slow and things like that. And when someone kind of tapped my shoulder and was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of this project?" So when I really looked into it, dive deep, I just became a fanboy of Kadena, to be honest with you. So just being a part of the eco in itself, like I just love it. The members in the ecosystem is amazing, and it's the place to be, I feel. And with the NFT project, we're going to put different songs. It's going to be a total of 7 songs that's going to be distributed through the NFTs, with the rarity, etc. And this marketplace that I'm building first is going to house, the Kadena Weeb NFT. Then I hope to open it, like I said, to make it somewhere where I can bring people in who make music and who want to get into, getting heard and things like that, like your bedroom artists, to kind of be a part of the Kadena eco.
Yeah, I love that idea. I kind of look at things like Bandcamp and stuff, kind of like the old school days of selling mixtapes out of the back of your car.
Correct. I agree.
It's, it's a place where you can go and you can sling your music to someone without having a company behind you or anything to do it. Just kind of a free marketplace, and that's definitely something that could be needed. And with the fact of NFTs, you could make it a lot more securable and easier to sell it. Like Bandcamp, a lot of people, once you download it, it's you have an MP3 and then you can share that around however you want. But with NFTs, you might be able to wrangle in control a lot more, so they won't be able to really share that music around as easily, or it gives them certain rights to be able to do things with that music. So when you say you're going to be starting off with 7 songs, so it's going to be the whole collection of 10,000 with 7 songs split
Yeah,
across the 10,000 with different rarities then based on the traits of the actual characters, I assume.
correct. And but believe it or not, I've been what I'm probably am going to do is we're thinking about bringing down the collection size. So it probably won't be 10,000. I want to make it more more rare, more unique, being able to add more to a smaller amount versus everybody having like 100 of one. I kind of wanted to make it more rare for the people interacting with it. And as we go into, because we have plans for phase 2 and phase 3, but I don't want to get too far until I speak to everyone and get how we're going to roll this out. But I kind of wanted to make this a unique experience. And the music on this is for Kadena fan people who love Kadena. It's made for Kadena, people who just love the eco. So that's kind of how I'm gonna do it. But we're definitely gonna be decreasing the size, so it's not gonna be 10K anymore.
Yeah, that's I kind of feel like a lot of projects start off with that 10K number
Yeah,
and then kind of reevaluate from there exactly where they're going to go. And like and 10K is not really, I feel, necessary anymore. And it's hard, especially when you're in these downward markets. It's
hmm
hard to push a 10K collection. You could be looking at, months upon months upon months before you're even close to selling out a 10K collection.
hmm
So I think, yeah, rethinking that idea would definitely probably be of the best interest, especially like it depends. The higher amount of you have of a collection, you kind of need to have more traits and more
correct,
things involved,
correct.
to make it worthwhile, really, to have that spread out rarity. So yeah, bringing those numbers down will definitely help along the lines of that. So the idea is first get now I don't see anything about any kind of IDOs or anything like that. Now are you going to be just building this kind of yourself, and then the NFT sales themselves is what's going to pretty much fund the project?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, because this is so far self-funded. Um, the NFT proceeds will go into building out more of the space. Someone did approach me regarding an IDO, but I didn't really want to go that direction until um, there's a little bit more things I want to see kind of happen in the eco before I go into IDOs and things like that. But for the most part, it will be self-funded.
But I like the idea too. It seems like a lot of projects jump really quick towards the IDO before even really coming out with anything to show that they're serious about it, like
Correct.
any kind of real tangible things, a website and stuff like that. You could easily whip up a website in a day or two if you have the technical skills, and it's not even that hard nowadays with like GoDaddy and all the hosting sites that pretty much walk you through how to do it.
Mhm.
And so like you really got to look into more of the projects that are looking to build something. And the moment I hear the word self-funded, and that the fact that you're going to be building your base off of the NFTs, is a way more of a green light than any other project that's like, oh, we're going to come out with this token and sell a whole bunch of these tokens, and then we're going to build all of these amazing products. And it's like, well, why don't you maybe like get to an alpha phase of those projects first and then run the IDO, so you have something to at least show, like, because you're going to run into a lot of problems, especially it's IDOs are a very scary thing, especially for a project that wants to be long term. And this be
Mhm.
like, it sounds like for you, this might be what you want to be for a career, right? This could be something that you could move into, that could be your career moving forward. A lot of projects have, a lot of bigger NFT projects on other networks have evolved teams into where like that is their job, is running these big NFT projects. So if something that if you do pop off and you do have a very solid idea, I do like the idea of having something like a Bandcamp where people can come and bring their music, upload it into NFT form, and sell it on through your marketplace. I think that would bring a lot of value to a lot of different artists, just because there's no one else doing something like that right now, and it would just, like I said, it brings more security to their product, and more community too. Like you have a more one-in-one approach with your customer through NFTs, I feel.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I like exactly what you're saying, and that's really where my thought process went as far as with that. And I do want to create something, tangible, something that you can see, something that you can interact with before I even, like you said, I do want to go long term with this. So as we do build out and the team gets a little bigger, because right now it's about 6 of us. So as that goes, I have an animator, developers, and marketing and all that stuff. I want to be able, like you said, to make this long term and really build this out to be a Bandcamp or Bandcamp like on the Kadena network, to where we can, even if I could just bring artists in to interact with, because I always felt like sometimes it's hard to get people into crypto or understanding the concept of it, because uh, you kind of have to like this stuff, like to really look into it and research it and stuff like that. But if you create like a service that they can see how it can work, real life, like, yeah, we can make a Bandcamp, we can put it like this, we can do this, and you can actually create a direct one-to-one relationship with your consumer, and like you said, make some rules around how they're distributing your music, or how they're consuming your music. And yeah, that's something that, like you said, you hit it on the head. I want to go long term with this.
And the good thing with Pact and the built-in royalties and stuff, that makes things for music a lot better, where the royalties are going to always go to the artist as opposed to like a marketplace or whoever else siphoning it off. So that's one good thing about Pact. Do you have any developers on your team working on the back ends of smart contracts and things like that?
Yes, I have 2 developers working on it. They're
Because I know right now in the space, people that work on Pact are very finite and few, and kind of have to team together to learn stuff. So have they been working in maybe with like Kitty Cat or any of the other big
so I
like
have
smart contract people?
so they have a background, and I don't want to mess this up, but is it called Solidity, or um a
Yep.
background with working on Ethereum and NFTs and things like that. And I pointed them into the direction of Kitty Cat. Once again, I want to say, like I said, this ecosystem is amazing, to where you can, everyone, is helpful and want to see, everyone grow. So I they have been able to get the resources that they need, and it's working on the back end. Yeah, we should have a finished. Um, we should be launching this month. I don't have an exact date. I don't want to, but it will be this month.
Awesome. Yeah. And don't, I always find when people set exact dates, it's just
Yes,
setting yourself up for failure kind of thing,
yes,
because
because everything
especially
could
with
change.
crypto, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Something can happen. Something can change in a heartbeat, especially with
Hmm.
crypto. Everything's changing all the time. So you never know, like one day from another, what's going to be the next thing that's going to happen.
Hmm.
So going back to more of the art style. So what made you lean towards the anime, or do you have a background passion for anime or anything like
I,
that?
I have a passion for anime, and I just believe anime style is like one of the dopest art things. Like, it's just so imaginative. Like, I'm a very like person that loves creative stuff. So just from the colors to the lines to everything that's with anime, different styles in it, and I just feel like it's something that um I don't really see too much of in the NFT space, and I feel like it's beautiful art, if that makes sense. So that's what it is, and I have a passion myself for anime. That's why the probably Kadena Weeb, like I'm a weeb myself. So it's just like it's that's where that comes from. The art is just amazing. And everyone usually watches a little bit of anime, whether they know it or not, whether it's like Pokemon or Naruto, Sailor Moon, different things that they probably watched growing up, and not, it's all familiar and looks nice.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone out there and in the world that doesn't know what Pokemon is nowadays. Like
Yeah.
it's become like the, you know, to the point where there's even been a movie and stuff about it. Like we're getting to the point where if you don't know what Pokemon is, at least you know the one character and the style, right?
Yes.
So
Pikachu.
it is definitely
Ash,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone knows at least that. So definitely it's a style, and it is something that definitely right now on Kadena, this because mostly it's been pixel art and things like that that people
Mm,
have been doing. It's cool to see a different break in that and something that's more stepping up a little bit to a little bit more artistical style of
mm.
something maybe more hand drawn and has a little bit more depth to it. I love the Cardanian kind of guy with the suit on that says Cardanian
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
his jacket and stuff like that, and the one with the yellow jumpsuit and the Dragon Ball Z type hair. And
Yeah, yep, yep.
it's cool to see all the different things pulled from definite, like, you know, definite styles of different anime things pulled into the project. Definitely
Yep.
cool. I know I'm part of some NFT projects on the Elrond network, and they have one that actually was also an Ethereum one called his Horizuko Apes or something like that,
Hmm.
and they just transferred over to Elrond and are doing a second run of their NFT series on that chain now, and it's kind of the same anime kind of style but with monkeys.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but it's kind of the same idea. Now I see a lot of the pictures are just mostly just, you know, face with makeup, hair, and bodies. Are you going to be introducing any like weapons or things like
Uh,
that maybe as
that
traits?
that is what I want to do. As far as we're working on that now. I'm working with my artists to kind of figure out how we want to do it, what type of weapons, what type of traits we want to add to it. This the round that you're seeing now was kind of our what is it called, like the trial one, where we wanted to see, how it looks, how it comes out. And I really liked it. And I actually want to add more than just weapons. I kind of want to add a little bit more to it.
Yeah, it's I've been through a couple of different projects, starting projects, and with generative NFT art, it's pretty cool once you load all of the traits and pieces into the generators, the craziness that it comes up with, like things that you would have never even imagined of drawing yourself. You
Hmm.
know, the different combinations. But I find that one of the problems that a lot of them have when it comes to adding accessories and weapons is that sometimes it just doesn't quite line up the way you want it to. Like you have to always have like their hand in a certain spot if you're going to have like a sword or them holding something, and
Hmm.
then sometimes they'll get generated where there'll be no weapon at all that it gets generated with, and they're just kind of standing there like holding
With
like
nothing.
nothing in their
Yeah.
hand. So, you know,
Yeah.
you got to find that balance of what looks good and things like that. But I'm glad to hear that there's a move towards that, because that's one of the things I really love about NFT art is not so much the characters, but just the little tiny details in the background. And when you see multiple NFTs from the same project and all the different traits, and you can see like, oh, you know, like the same one showing up in different ones. It just kind of like that's what a lot of people that are rarity hunters look for. They find a specific trait, like a certain jacket or something on the characters that they like. They will go and snag up every single one off the marketplace that has that trait, right?
Okay.
So that's a huge thing. Like there's one called High Wolf Club or something where they wear
Hmm.
these puffer jackets, like yellow puffy jackets. And there's a guy out there that's just trying to collect every single one of them. As soon as one goes on the marketplace, it's just gone. And it's always the same guy buying them. And he's like, "Look at my collection." And it's like it's neat just to always keep that in mind when you're building the
Yeah.
trees, that a lot of people who are looking into rarity hunting and stuff, those are the people that are going to keep your floor price up, definitely going on into the future for people who want to, you know, flip their NFTs and stuff. So now I assume that will be an option for people in your marketplace, will be to just straight up chain sell these NFTs to each other.
Yes.
Now, along with that, will it be transferring ownership rights and everything?
Yes.
Okay,
You, you,
so
you're
like
talking ownership
what you're
rights to the music. Is that what you're referring to?
Well, when you if I come on and say and I mint one of your NFTs, do I get ownership rights to do what I please with that NFT?
Oh yes, I can definitely, yeah, for sure.
Because some NFTs are like, oh, you can't make a T-shirt out of your NFT. We own the artwork and stuff like that, so there won't be any problems like that. That's one of the things a lot of people worry about.
No, no, no. I'm not adding any restrictions like that. No. Mm-mm. I definitely
That's good
want
to hear.
people to,
I
if
don't
people,
I don't understand why people do that.
yeah, if you want to make shirts, if you want to, yeah, book bags, go for it. And
Yeah, awesome,
anything to get Kadena Weeb out there, it's all part of
awesome
the community. Yeah.
for sure. So like no real definite lines, but you're looking at hopefully sometime this month, possibly of releasing at least like an updated website, or fully like releasing like a teaser of marketplace. What are we looking at?
I'm looking for, believe it or not, either the end of this week to get a demo out. Okay, I've been talking to the team, the devs, to get at least a demo out by the end of this week, and fully operational. I want to get it done by the end of this month. But like I said, I'm talking to the devs daily and seeing what we can do to push that or get that done. And so that's kind of what I'm looking. I want to be fully operational by the end of this month.
Now, as far as the 7 songs, are those already done?
Oh yeah, everything's completed. Yeah, the songs are done.
Have you shared them in any way, or maybe considered like sending out little 5-second snippets of it as teasers?
No, I actually have not. I will be putting out an animated video by the end of today, and that's going to be one of the songs. I'm not sure if you heard it, KDA to the Moon. Um, that song is going to have an animated video, and as far as the snippets, I wasn't too sure how the community would feel about hearing the snippets. I don't know if they wanted to be surprised on the project, or I don't know how. I gotta ask and
Doesn't
see
have to
see
be
what they feel.
doesn't have to be a lot, like just a couple seconds, like even
Couple
just like
seconds.
a
Okay.
like just something just like to get people's like interest flowing. I feel like it doesn't have to be even like anything that would definitely nothing that you could tell what the song is going to be fully just from that little tiny sound.
Got you. Gotcha. I'll definitely look into that. I have no problem creating that. I could definitely do
I'm
that.
also interested to see this animated kind of video. I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't really think about when it comes to crypto and NFTs is the different ways that you can market it. I know that one of the other things, like I was saying, there's so many other experiences you can pull from other NFT communities on other networks and stuff. Because like it's pretty much just why reinvent the wheel if someone's already kind of done it. Just
Mm-hmm.
build off of their past experiences. And one of the people in music that has actually been doing a really good job with NFTs is a rapper named High Res. Have you ever heard of him?
No, I never heard of him. I'm gonna look him up.
So he has an NFT project that started first on Ethereum called Hog Homies, and it was these like pig rapper characters. Like there was a pig version of Eminem, a pig version of Snoop Dogg, and like a pig version of all these different rappers. And each one of his NFTs got you a percentage of rights to like all the money that comes in from the Hog Homies collection and all of his ongoing collections further. And then he came out with another collection of passes on the Elrond network that gives you like automatic whitelist to all of his future projects and all this kind of stuff. But he's also starting to incorporate it right into his music and music videos. And he's working with Board 8 Yacht Club and making a video with them and like just a
Oh,
whole bunch of
nice.
crazy stuff just
Okay.
to see how you can bring the worlds together and teach people about crypto without really throwing it in their faces,
Mm-hmm. No,
which
I
I
like
find
that.
is it's a hard thing, like you said earlier about getting people into crypto. It's either they're kind of into it or they're not. You know,
Hmm.
either they're interested or they're not. And I find that the way things are going right now with the actual financial system, a lot more people are actually starting to question themselves of maybe I should start looking into this. Maybe there is something to it, as you're seeing more and more big companies and corporations and stuff even moving over towards it. And people are starting to think that it's projects that are building things that you don't need to know necessarily that it's blockchain in the background that's doing it. So if you can build an easy, quick and simple, easy marketplace for someone, where, you know, like for your example of your project, maybe like in your marketplace, or if someone wants to sign up to sell an NFT, it could be something as simple as, you know, pick out a style of artwork that you want your NFT to look like, upload an MP3 of the song to the website, and then it gets all made in the background, and boom, here's your NFT. You know, like something as
Hmm.
simple as that, that makes it just kind of touch and, you know, drag and click kind of simplicity is what will bring people to crypto, is making those things turnkey.
Yes, that's and I agree 100%. That's what I feel like, has to be done in the space, just making it more easier for people to ask access. And once they understand that they are using blockchain technology, at that point they'll realize, oh well, it's not that bad. Let me dig deeper into it. And just creating real world use for people, like, if I'm able to, like I said, build out the way I'm envisioning it, with being able to create a Bandcamp and people coming on, uploading their things, and really, getting to interact with their people. It brings more people in to where they feel like maybe they don't have to go pay hundreds of dollars for um playlisting on DSPs, and trying to get their music heard, thousands, no, I say hundreds, thousands of dollars to to do that. And there's other ways, to build your people, to interact with your people, like you said, being able to add even little things like rights to this NFT, being able to make sure it's being able to do that. It's almost like you're bringing in a community and allowing them to really grow with you and be with you on your journey.
Yeah, because that's one of the things with NFTs for sure that is very important. That is also very important in music, is community, is building up a fan base and building up people behind you that want to support your project. I'm sure, like, it's not a lot of people that are just starting out. You know, they started off on, you know, maybe on YouTube or making quick little videos on Instagram or TikTok or something, and then maybe progress up to, like you said, actually producing songs and having people help them make music and selling it on Bandcamps and things like that. But then you really want to, if you want to get into the door, you need to be on like a Spotify or something like that,
Yep.
which isn't easy for most people to do. Like there's a lot of hoops and things you got to set up to go through to get onto Spotify. Like you can't just upload, no, a random person can't just go and upload their music to Spotify. That's not how it
Mm-mm.
works. You have to go
Nope.
through one of their company provider kind of things and pay a bunch of money to do it and all this kind of stuff. So bringing something more decentralized, something more smaller for people to be able to come and use is definitely going to be something that people will want to use.
Yes. And that's what that's what I hope. I hope it takes all. I'm able to raise awareness of Kadena, and raise awareness of what it can do, raise awareness of the whole space in itself. So bringing all the all the musicians that's out there. I met a lot of musicians, a lot of producers, a lot of songwriters, singers, and just giving them a space. And it's the same thing that I hear all the time. They don't want to play those Spotify games, or things like that, and just allowing them to have a space to to come to, and upload their art, and their creativity, and be heard.
Yeah, for sure. It's crazy just how hard it is to break into the field nowadays.
Hmm.
You know, it's like I said back in the day. I remember, you know, I'm kind of probably dating myself of the mixtapes, and like Dat Piff was one of
Oh
the websites
yes,
I remember going
yes.
to. Like that was one of the huge websites for mixtapes back in the day, which it still kind of is a huge website for mixtapes, but it shows one of those places where, you know, if you let the little guys shine, sometimes, you know, they'll surprise you. So you never know. Like you could be, you know, you could be one NFT away from finding the next Justin Bieber or the next, you know, whatever, like someone that was just found by someone just, you know, listening to their music on a medium,
Mm-hmm.
uh, on a social medium out there. So it's really just taking that dive into something new and something unknown. But I think that the more NFTs pick up and the more people start seeing the value behind them besides just the art and the things that you can actually do with them and the actual functionality of them, I think we'll see a lot more people wanting to use systems like yours for sure.
Yeah. And that's what I hope. That's what I said. I love the eco. I love it all. You know, I'm really into it, and to be able to provide a platform or create something that people can come to and get heard and get their music there. You know, it to me it's just like a dream come true. I know it sounds cliche, but it's kind of what I'm looking for.
Now, since you're looking to build a marketplace yourself, are you going to be looking to do the minting yourselves? Are you going to try to maybe do the minting through one of the launch pads like Mint It that's in the chat right now, or possibly like the Arcade launch pad? There's a few different new NFT launch pads out there right now. Or, like I said, are you guys going to just do it right through your own site?
Yes, we're gonna do it right through our own site.
Awesome. I assume a little early to maybe consider like pricing or anything like that, but your
It
ideas on that?
ideas of pricing. I'm probably gonna keep it somewhere around, for my whitelist around 7 KDA, and then public sale around 10, and that's where I would stay.
That's
I'm not gonna
reasonable.
go to. Yeah, I'm not gonna go too high on that.
Awesome. Now, as far as like you just said, whitelist. Now we do have a giveaway that we've been running for the last week with you guys. We got a bunch of
Hmm.
people, and we'll be announcing the winners here at the end, and I'll be tweeting them out. So they'll have to contact you either through Twitter or through your Discord or your other
The,
what else was it? I guess that's it. I twist
no, yeah, that's it.
Twitter and Discord.
Yeah, it's best to. I would prefer the Discord. If they want to do Twitter, they can. The Discord is just easier to work because I can group all my whitelisters together and get out and get the
Yep,
information I need when the time comes.
for sure. Yeah. So, but if someone does want to get whitelisted, besides winning a giveaway on Twitter or something like that, is there any other ways that they can earn a whitelist?
That's a very good question. That's something that I have to think about. What would you suggest? Has anyone ever let you create a whitelisting opportunity for their project? Is this a one of one?
Well, it's it all depends a lot. You know, go through the whole you know, join our Discord and reach a certain level with a bot and stuff like that. Which, you know, it does bring people to your Discord server, and as long as you don't set outrageous amounts, that is definitely a way a lot of projects do. As long as you're not like, you know, reach level 50, you know, which is like pretty much
Yeah,
impossible. Like
it's insane.
reach level
Yeah,
5, chat. Like if you spend, you know, a couple of days, you know, chatting for like 10, 15 minutes in a channel, you can reach, you know, level 5 in like a week or so in most Discord channels with a simple bot, like the main bot that they use pretty much for everything. And
yeah.
then, but besides that, interaction is a really good way to reward people. So, for example, a good project that's doing that right now is Kadena Life Sales.
Hmm.
They
Hmm.
pretty much, like, if you put out a really good tweet or something just out of the blue about them and help them promote, and they see that, they might award you with a whitelist. It's up to them, of course, but they've been quite generous with that kind of thing. So that's also another route that you can take, is, you know, participation. You know, the more you participate and help, you know, spread the word of the project, you know, that you might be willing to, like, just all of a sudden out of the blue, hey, you know, you've been doing a really great job helping promote us. Here's, you know, send us your information. That's
Now that,
another route that you could take.
yes, yeah, that's amazing. I'm gonna look into that. Actually, I'm gonna announce something today. Now that you mentioned that,
Awesome. Yeah,
yeah,
because
I'm gonna
like I
announce
said,
something.
it's definitely because everyone's, a lot of people out there are those whitelist hunters, always hunting for those whitelists. So no matter, what it gets them, some people just like, for some reason just getting them, but definitely something that will bring more positive communication and positive community towards your project is always the best way to go. Sometimes, like I said, the whole jumping through hoops thing of Discord can be kind of daunting to a lot of people, and not everyone is on Discord for another thing. Like
Yeah.
some people, that's another thing. But just being I find that just participation is the best way to reward people, and you'll find that those people will stick around and actually be there when the time comes to mint. I
Okay.
find a lot
Perfect.
of people, I find some people actually get whitelists for projects, but then never even use it. And like I myself actually missed out on a whitelist the other day because it was like people who had whitelists. I think it was for Kadena punks that just started minting.
Mm-hmm.
Their whitelist was like a set 500 amount, and once they were gone once they were sold, it was pretty much anyone who had whitelist had fair shot at getting one of these, getting in on the 500. But once the 500 was gone, that's it. The price went up, and
Okay.
I had the whitelist. I just wasn't around and forgot all about it. It was like, oh, damn. So I ended up
Okay.
having to mint at full price, but whatever. But so it all depends on how you really want to run it and how you want to bring people to your community. People are always very grateful no matter what, I find, especially in this community. Everyone's been great I've seen so far.
Yeah. With the animated video that will be dropping today, that would probably be my that's probably gonna be the next whitelist opportunity. I'm gonna make an announcement when the time comes to drop it.
Awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a great way to
Mm-hmm.
also help spread the word of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely use it as a way to not only get people interested in your project, but also as a way to spread your promotion. Let the people market you is kind of the way I see that.
Okay. I
And then
like that.
we're always around too.
What'd you say? Sorry, I didn't
We're
hear it.
always I said we're always around too to help promote.
Okay, perfect. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, this is probably one of the best communities I've seen personally, or been a part of, and I love it.
Yeah, I've been part of crypto as well. I got in just before the 2008 takeoff. I got in like late October of 2017. Like it was
Mm-hmm.
just like it was like a month and a half, 2 months before it took off was when I first got into crypto. So I didn't really have anything like, my $100 went up to like 1,000, like but which I still thought was amazing. But at the same time, that I watched it go back down to like $30, and it was like,
Yeah.
okay. But then, but that piqued my interest and got me going, okay, well, what is this stuff even about? Like, how does this even work? Like, this crazy internet money kind of thing. But then, like you said, the more you learn about crypto, the more intrigued you are, and the more you want to look, you start looking into the different projects and how they're done differently. And
Correct.
eventually, you like you said, a lot of people lead towards Ethereum because Ethereum's huge and has so much built on it that that's just where people kind of tend to after you've looked into proof of work, even though Ethereum is proof of work sort of. I don't know, I'm twisted on Ethereum. I believe Ethereum Ethereum is proof of work in its name, but I don't consider it a true proof of work. Anything that was pre-mined to begin with,
Yeah.
you're not a true proof of work chain. I'm sorry, but
And
then
you're
when you get
100%
looking
right.
into, like I'm sorry, like I like more decentralized things where, there was no pre-mine and it started at zero at your Genesis block and took off from there, and the
Mm-hmm.
community is what builds it. But Kadena has done a really good way of doing it too, where they spent years in the background building this network and building this protocol with like nobody watching them, nobody even really talking about it or
Mm-hmm.
anything. And when you look at the guys that are building it, you're like, okay, well, they're mentioned in the white paper for
Yep.
Bitcoin, so they
Yep.
must they must have some kind of background good enough, like it's not like these guys are just two people that, like Charlie Lee or someone who's learned from Bitcoin. Like they didn't learn from Bitcoin. Bitcoin learned from them.
Correct.
So obviously these guys, know what they're doing, and then you actually look at Kadena and how it works, and you're just like, okay, yeah, like how people didn't see these answers before kind of makes you wonder, like the whole chain web, all that kind of stuff. It's like it's kind of obvious once you see it, but like I'm sure that's how they felt once they came up with the idea. It was like, oh my god, why didn't anyone think of this before? But then you're hooked. Like I was
Yeah.
hooked as soon as I learned about Kadena. I was like, well, geez, this can
So,
do everything that Ethereum can do with barely any fees. I'm like, and do even more. And like no one's even talking about
yep.
it.
And that's the same exact way I felt. Like I said, I've interacted with, the Ethereum chain, and I always thought to myself, like, these gas fees just fluctuating the way they do, and how pricey they can get. It's not sustainable to me, at least. There's people out there, big pockets, they probably can, handle those type of things. But when you look at, like you say, like it has everything that Ethereum has for little to no fees. It's kind of like, like a no brainer. But and like you said, these are people mentioned in the white paper of Bitcoin. We're talking about what co-founder, or however you want to, word it. These are not just this is not an amateur team. They're building something that I believe is going to be here, and it's going to show everyone, that it's alpha.
Yeah, all it takes is us as a community to build up on top of what they're building. And
Exactly.
I'll say this as been doing this KPN stuff and talking to all these communities and projects. It's just mind blowing how quickly things are evolving. And when the next bull run comes, there's actually going to be an ecosystem for people to buy into, and it's just going to take off like a rocket, hopefully. And again,
Yep.
not financial advice, everyone. Make sure to do your own research and everything. But Kadena is definitely a solid project. It's already been around for a few years, and in the crypto space, once you're past 2 or 3 years old, you're pretty much considered an OG.
Yep.
A lot of projects like you can go back and look at the coin market cap, 3 or 4 years ago, and the top 50 coins, you probably wouldn't even recognize half of them.
Yeah.
It's
Yep. Yep.
just
Yep.
the way things change so quickly in the space. So yeah, hopefully we'll see our day soon, but I don't think anyone's going to be seeing their days anytime soon. I think we're deep into a little bit of a down market right now, but oh well, that just gives people more time like you to build in the
More time to
background and be
build.
ready
Yeah,
for the
build.
day.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Just keep building;
And
they'll come.
Kadena is a great place for people to come and build on. Like you can come right over from like Cosmos, Terra, Ethereum, all these different chains. You can just easily come on over and start building on Kadena. If you are smart, if have the technology to build on those chains, you can
Mm-hmm.
most likely figure out Pact. Pact is, if you can build through an Ethereum smart contract, then you can probably figure out your way around Pact. And if you can't, there's lots of people out there willing to help,
Yep, and
which is
it's
absolutely
just
amazing.
amazing. Yep, and that's what I always said. It's the community itself speaks loudly as far as they're willing to help. They're willing to support. They're willing to give resources if they can, and that's huge to me. As far as it all goes.
Now, one more thing I was just thinking about when it
Hmm.
comes to your NFT collection, have you considered putting any caps, as in like per wallet caps, so a big huge whale can't come in and just buy like a huge 2,000 of
Actually,
your NFTs?
Actually, yes, I was talking. We were talking about that literally. I believe like yesterday, because I didn't realize that, some people were doing that. Like it didn't really dawn on me. Like, yeah, somebody can come and just buy 1,000, and I really don't want, that, if that makes sense. But yes, we're going to place a cap.
Yeah, that's good because it's great to have those whales, and like you do need. I mean, it's good to have the mints happening and the money rolling in, but at the same time, you want to build a diverse community. It's not about because you understand that those whales, unless they're 100% like, oh, I'm buying all of these because I trust your project and I want to see your project evolve, and it's someone who's vocal in the community behind you and always helping, that may be different. But if it's just someone that's like, oh, I think this NFT is going to be big and I'm going to be able to flip these in a couple of months for a good price, you don't really, in my opinion, I feel like you don't really need those people in your community. You need the people that want to stick around and support you and aren't just looking to make a buck off of you.
Yes, and I agree. I agree 100% with what you're saying. I do have a background in trading, so as far as day trading and things like that. So you don't really want too many flippers just flipping the stuff, but really adding value and being a part of the community. That's definitely something that I was looking. I would want for the weebs moving forward.
Now, don't get me wrong, you do need those people, of course, because they're what dictate your floor price and the value of your NFTs at the same time.
Hmm.
But you still want to keep that underlying community and that underlying value to the project. That's for sure.
I agree 100%.
All right. Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about the project before we go ahead and
Um,
announce these winners from the giveaway? Maybe any
no,
alpha or anything you want to release?
Not yet, because I don't have any set dates, so I don't want to say anything, and it's just not ready yet. So nothing for right now. Stay tuned. We are going to be dropping the animated video, and also some more whitelist interaction moving forward, just to get everybody involved, just to get the name out. Does anyone have any questions for me, or anything that they would like to ask?
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to go ahead and send in a request to speak or anything, and we'll definitely get you up here. Now, I assume this video is going to be released on your YouTube channel, and if you guys listening, you can go to KadenaWeeb.io, and at the bottom there's links to all the social medias, including the YouTube. I'm assuming you're going to be posting the video there and possibly on your Twitter.
Correct.
Awesome. So make sure you guys go and subscribe to the YouTube so you don't miss out on that, and make sure that you guys are all ready. So we'll go ahead and so we were giving away the last week or so here one free mint for when you guys go live, as well as 10 whitelist spots.
Hmm.
So we'll announce off the winners here. Now these are going to be Twitter handles, of course. So if you hear your Twitter handle and you're listening, make sure to reach out to Kadena Weeb. As they said, the best way would be through their Discord. But I guess if you don't have Discord, feel free to, send them a direct message on Twitter would be the next best bet. So the winner of the one free mint, will go off at the big bang, is at Somoff4, SOMOFF4. So congratulations to you. You got a free mint. As soon as they go live, you'll be able to score that up. And then we got the 10 whitelist winners. Is Metterderarian. I'll just spell these out because I'm probably going to butcher all of your names. At ISMETDEMIRHAN. So that's the first winner. And then at Ramain_2true. So RAMAINE_2TRU. And then Duck Support Hodl. So I don't think I messed up that one. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to know what that one is. I don't have to spell it out. Omli Omasardi. So OMOLEYEOSADARE. Then Beecham Free Plus, BeechemFreePlus. And then Dragon Eye of, you want a whitelist as well. Fonk Master Flexer. Durrie, Drerrie. I've seen them tweeting a bunch of stuff before. Yoel_SC, YOEL_SC, and C4 Cryptos. So if you guys are listening and you heard your name called, make sure to reach out to Kadena Weeb. I will also be sending out a tweet right now that is replying to the giveaway tweet. So if you see the notification in your Twitter, make sure to reach out to Kadena Weeb, and congratulations to all of you.
Yep, congratulations, and really thank you very much, Kadena Eco, for doing this and getting this together for me.
Oh, happy to help out. You guys seem like you have a pretty solid idea on what you want to build, and now it's just a matter of getting things together, and hopefully the community sees what you're doing and jumps on board. I know I like everything I've heard so far, and I'll definitely be following up with you guys and following along. That's for sure.
I appreciate that.
All right. Well, guess I'd like to thank everybody for coming out and listening to us tonight. Very informative. If you haven't checked them out already, make sure to go to KadenaWeeb.io and give them a follow on Twitter, join their Discord, and subscribe to them on YouTube. So thank you, everyone, for coming out tonight, and take care.
All right, everyone, take care. Thank you.
That wraps up another amazing AMA. Thank you for listening. Here at KPN, we strive to bring an open platform for projects being built on Kadena to present themselves to the community. Please ensure to do your own research on each project before investing. Also, make sure to follow us on our social media, from Twitter to subscribing to our weekly newsletter. All the links can be found directly on our SoundCloud profile page. Thank you very much for listening, and take care.